Hello everyone, I'm Milan Singh. Welcome you back again on the platform of Purvanchal IAS, where I'm teaching you full course of CGPSC. Today we will be going through drainage system of Chhattisgarh, and this is the part 1 because I'll have to bring another parts as well. So before I begin, I would like to inform you again that we here at Purvanchal IAS are providing you full CGPSC course with Chhattisgarh special that you can access by downloading the Purvanchal IAS from Google Play Store. We have other courses as well like UPSC, UPPSC, MPPSC, all are available in online mode and you can just sit back at your home, enjoy the tutorials and get success. We have other subjects as well that you can take a look of. We have social issues, ethics, internal security, science and technology, polity, governance, environment and so on. See, now let us come to the drainage system. That means the rivers that drain the area of Chhattisgarh or the state of Chhattisgarh. So when we talk about drainage in Chhattisgarh, mainly we tend to see there are 5 drainage systems being found in Chhattisgarh. Being the largest one is the Mahanadi drainage system covering the catchment area of somewhere around 56.15%. In the second number, we have Godavari drainage system having 28.64 area of drainage. Then we have Son drainage having 13.63%. Then we have Brahmani drainage, and then lastly Narmada, which is the smallest, almost around 0.55. So likewise we have almost 5 systems. In this particular video I'll cover Mahanadi and then I will bring another for these 3 because Mahanadi itself will take a bit of time, so I did not want it to include all of the things in just one video. So let's get started. Mahanadi originates from Dhamtari. In Chhattisgarh, there is a district known as Dhamtari and have a Sihava mountain. So basically in this Sihava mountain, there is a place called as Farsiya from where this Mahanadi originates. It is also called as lifeline of Chhattisgarh because you have seen that it almost covers 56.1% of the total drainage system. So it drains most of the part of Chhattisgarh and basically it drains the part of which is called as plain of Chhattisgarh, and that is why there is a good irrigation facility and every agriculture is there and production of rice and paddy happens. It basically falls into Bay of Bengal through Cuttack, Odisha. Okay. This is the longest river system in Chhattisgarh. Now you have to be little careful here. Why? Because longest river system is definitely Mahanadi, but the longest river flowing in Chhattisgarh will be Shivnath, which is the important tributary of Mahanadi. We will see about it also. So don't get confused in the question. It is usually a confusing question being asked. So longest river system is Mahanadi, but longest flowing river is Shivnath river. Okay. Now the slope is east direction. See, basically the slope of the middle part of Chhattisgarh is eastern direction. So most of the rivers tend to flow into this eastern direction only, going into Bay of Bengal. Okay. Now total length of this Mahanadi, that means the total length in India is 858 km in total, but in Chhattisgarh its length is 286 km. There are some cities which are on the bank of Mahanadi like Rajim, Sirpur, Shivri Narayan, Chandrapur. These are in Janjgir Chapa. Okay. Now let us see some confluences on Mahanadi. That means at certain place some other rivers, those are the tributary, they come together and they fall into Mahanadi. So those places are the confluence of these rivers. Like Rajim, which is also known as the Prayag of Chhattisgarh. There we have the confluence of Mahanadi, Peri and Sondhur. Okay. In Shivri Narayan, a place at Janjgir Chapa, we have Mahanadi, Shivnath and Jong coming together. At Chandrapur, Janjgir Chapa, we have Mahanadi, Mand and Lat, the confluence of all of these. So you need to remember these confluences because at times they are asked in your question. See, Mahanadi river has certain ancient names also. Like in the ancient name, it used to be called as Kanak Nandini. In Satyug, in Vayu Puran, it is being mentioned as Nilotpala. Dwapar Yug in Skand Puran, it is being mentioned as Chitrotpala, and the present name is the Mahanadi. It is said that there is a saint Mahananda on whose name this Mahanadi has been given. Now there are, since a little later time, we have certain projects also ongoing in the Mahanadi river. All of these 3 projects are in Dhamtari district only. You can see Rudri Barrage, which is in 1915 since this project is going on. Gangrel Dam, a very famous one in Dhamtari. From 1979 this project has been taken up. There is Dudhwa Dam. In 1963, this has been taken up. So please remember that all of these are in Mahanadi River and Dhamtari. There is one more thing which is usually asked in the question, and that is about suspension bridge. So actually this suspension bridge is over Mahanadi, but it is at a place Rajim. Here we have suspension bridge, but it is on the river of Mahanadi. So these are certain things that you remember. See, whenever you are studying about rivers, you have to be careful that from where the river flows, the origin, and where does it confluences, like whether it is east flowing, west flowing, goes into Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea, what are its tributaries and what are the importance of tributaries. For example, there could be some projects ongoing, there could be some waterfalls in that particular river, there can be some important places, like here you can see you have the confluences, and these three places become important. So likewise you have to remember the rivers. Okay, now just let us take a look of this particular map from where we are showing you the Mahanadi, and here we have Narmada. So forget this, this is basically the Narmada part. We have, see, from here we have Mahanadi starts from here. This is Dhamtari, this is Sihava mountain Farsia, hope you can see, this is Dhamtari. From here Mahanadi starts and enters into Kanker first. This is Kanker. There is this Doodh river, which is the tributary which comes and meets here. And from here it again transfers back into Dhamtari, and then it enters here in Raipur. And then it drains the area of this Balauda Bazaar and little bit of Janjgir Chapa. Then here at Mahasamund, and then goes to the Cuttack area of Odisha. Okay, so this is Mahanadi. Now then you have this Shivnath, which is the tributary of Mahanadi, and there are several other tributaries also. This one is Narmada, origin from Amakantak and then going into Arabian Sea, and here we have the tributary of Narmada. This is Banjar from Kavarda, which starts from Kavarda and meets into the Narmada, but that we will understand in the Narmada drainage system. Right now focus on Mahanadi. So let's understand about the tributaries first, and then we will come back to this map. Okay, see, we have these tributaries I have written for your reference, like left bank tributary, that is the ones joining from north. They are Shivnath, Hasdev, Mand, Ib, Kelo, Borai. From right bank, from the southern side, we have Peri, Jong, Sukha, Leela, Lat, and so on. And now here I have given the details about these tributaries. Now talking about Ib, which comes from the northern direction, it originates from the Jashpur. Khurja mountain is there in Jashpur district, and Ib is important because gold particles are found here, you know, gold particles, and there is a tribe known as Sonjharia tribe which is famous for the extraction of this gold. So Ib river is important because of this gold particles being found there. Then there is a Mand, which is very important waterfall. This originates from Mainpat, which is also called as Shimla of Chhattisgarh. Okay, the confluence is at Chandrapur. When I was telling you the confluence, I told you that Mand and Lat river meets Mahanadi at this place, Chandrapur, and there is a Sarbhanja waterfall in Sarguja, which is in this Mand river, right? Then we have Peri river, which has the ancient name as Palashini, and it originates from Garyaban district, and this meets Mahanadi at the place Rajim, the Prayag of Chhattisgarh. There is Bhattigarh hill in the Bandhavgarh area of Garyaban, from where it originates. Then we have Jonk river, which originates from Sonbera plateau of Odisha, and it confluences with Mahanadi in Shivri Narayan. Then we have Doodh river, a very important one. I told you in the Kanker area it is found, like Mahanadi, when it originates from Dhamtari, it goes towards Kanker first here and then again transfers back to Dhamtari. So this Doodh is there, and there is a famous Malaj Kundan Waterfall because it originates from Malaj Kundam hills in the Kanker area, and there is this famous Malaj Kundam Waterfall. Okay. Then we have Ciliary River originating from Dhamtari itself, and there is a reservoir being made, Madam Silli, which is called that. This is famous. Madam Silli is very famous. So the reservoir is in Ciliary River. Okay. Then we have Lat River, which originates from Mahanadi Radan Hill, and it confluences at Chandrapur. Please remember those confluences that I told you in the beginning. This is important, Kelo river, which is from Raigad, Ludeg hill, and there is this Dilip Singh Judev Dam, or Kelo Dam it is also known as. But when you have such names, the questions are pretty obvious to be asked. So remember that Dilip Singh Judev Dam is at the Ciliary River, which is the tributary of Mahanadi. Then we have Balamdehi, which originates from Barnavapara. See, Barnavapara is also a wildlife sanctuary. So please remember, and there is Satdevdhara waterfall also, which is here at Balamdehi river. So we can take back a look here at the map. We talked about Hasdev, we have talked about Mand coming from there. This Rihan belongs to the Son Ganga. Kanhar also belongs to Son Ganga. This Kelo is here. Meeting at Mahanadi, we have Borai, Arpa, etc. And we have here Doodh River, Peri, Jonk. All of these are meeting here at Shivnath, right? Now let's talk about a very important tributary, which is Hasdev. See, Shivnath and Hasdev both are very important tributaries of Mahanadi. And Hasdev is the second largest tributary of Mahanadi after Shivnath, right? So this Hasdev river actually, river basically originates from Korea district. There is Devgarh mountain, Korea district, very famous. From there it originates and it falls into Mahanadi near Siladehi. There is a place called as Siladehi, and this basically acts as a water divider between two of the districts of Chhattisgarh, Korba and Janjgir Champa. If you want to take a look at this map, let me just clear it up first. See, here we have Hasdev coming from Korea district, and this one is Korba, and here you have Janjgir Champa. So this acts as a water divide between Korba and Janjgir Champa, the Hasdev river, very famous one. There is a Hasdev dam also in this river. Okay, see, I told you Hasdev Bandh, which is also known as Mini Mata project. And there is a beautiful Amrit Dhara waterfall in the Korea district, which is on this river only. So you have to remember it. Now coming to Shivnath, the largest tributary of Mahanadi, which is the longest flowing river in Chhattisgarh, which basically flows through some 7 districts of Chhattisgarh. So it basically earlier originated from Panabaras mountain, but now it is said that it originates from Gadchiroli area. See, because rivers at times change their course and at times things changes because of the physiographic structure. So it is Panabaras was the earlier one from which it used to originate, but now it is said that it originates from Gadchiroli, Maharashtra. Okay. Now it falls on Mahanadi river at Shivri Narayan, that is their confluence place. There is Mungara barrage project in Rajnandgaon, which is on the Shivnath river. It makes a coastal area in Durg, Bemetara, Mungeli, Balada Bazar. Alright. And in the ancient time, this Shivnath was the river which divided Chhattisgarh into 2 parts. See, you know, we say that Chhattisgarh earlier times had 36 forts. So this Shivnath river divided this 36 forts into 2 halves in Chhattisgarh. If you see the map here, you will find that this is the Shivnath river. So automatically it is coming here at the middle of Chhattisgarh and dividing the area into 2 equal halves. And we used to say that here it is 18 forts, and then likewise downward also 18 forts. So they were basically separated by what is known as Shivnath river. So this is the time of ancient thing when this happened, because now we do not really have forts. Let us study about the important tributaries of Shivnath. We have Haf, Manihari, Arpa, Lilagar, Amner, Kharun, Kharka, Tandula. See, this Amner originates from Kabirdham. Earlier this was Kavardha district. Kharkhara originates from Balod. There is a Kharkhara reservoir. And Haf originates from Kabirdham again. This Manihari is an important river because it has a project named as Rajiv Gandhi or say Khudiya project. So a lot of times this is asked, and this originates from Lormi Plateau, which is near to Bilaspur. Okay. Tandula is there, which has Tandula project originating from Bhanu Pratappur Tehsil. Kharun, see, Raipur district is located at the bank of this Kharun river. So please remember that this is important. We have Lilagar. Now this is important because it makes a boundary between Bilaspur and Janjgir and Champa. It originates from Korba. See, like Hasdev makes a boundary between Korba and Janjgir Champa. Likewise, Lilagar makes a boundary between Bilaspur and Janjgir Champa. And when I was teaching you history, I told you that in Bilaspur there is a place called as Malhar, which was earlier known as Prasannapur, made by Prasannamitra, king. and this Malhar from Bilaspur is at the bank of this Lilagar river. So this is important from ancient time, and in ancient time this Lilagar river was called as Nidila. So if you have read that history part, you have seen the video, you might remember. If not, then please go and watch that. Then there is a Arpa river which originates from Pendra Lormi Plateau, and in Baloda Bazar this is known as Thakur Dev. Okay, we have two tributaries of it, Kharang and Kunta Ghat. Now why is this important? Please remember, because in 2019 Chhattisgarh government has made a new district which is known as Gorilla Pendra Marwahi. The mother district is what? Bilaspur. So after dividing Bilaspur, there are two districts made, this side Bilaspur, this side Gorilla Pendra Marwahi, and this Pendra Lormi now falls into that Gorilla Pendra Marwahi. So likewise, this is a part of current affairs. So Arpa and Manihari automatically becomes important, right? Like we can go through the map again and read about it. See, this is Bilaspur. This area is Bilaspur. Earlier this whole area was Bilaspur, but now only this area is Bilaspur, and this one has become what? Gorilla Pendra Marwahi. And Arpa is originating from there, and there is Pendra Lormi Plateau. This is Lormi Plateau in Mungeli. This is Pendra Plateau which now falls into Gorilla Pendra Marwahi. Earlier this was actually Bilaspur. So now you see that Mahanadi drains almost 56% of the part of Chhattisgarh. See here, its drainage system. See, whole, this all area. And this basically makes plain of Chhattisgarh. This area is called as plain of Chhattisgarh as far as physiographic division is concerned. It is also called as Mahanadi Basin, and it is because of this Mahanadi and its tributaries that this area is basically the area of alluvial soil and very good for cultivation, and there is a paddy cultivation that happens, and that is why rice ball of India is also Chhattisgarh. One of the state of India, that is Chhattisgarh, is also considered to be rice ball of India. And you can see it has its tributaries draining most of the part. So lifeline of Chhattisgarh is this Mahanadi. And I told you the flow of this particular plain is towards the eastern side, and that is why river goes towards eastern. Like Mahanadi originates from here and then goes to the eastern side, goes to Cuttack, Odisha, and then drains into Bay of Bengal. Like same wise, Kelo also comes here, Mand comes here, Borai comes here, Hasdev from above like Korea comes here. Same is with Lilagar coming from this Bilaspur area. And then likewise you have all of these rivers, right? So I hope you have understood what I am trying to say. So this was the first part where we have talked about Mahanadi and its tributary. And in my second part I will be talking about the Godavari drainage system and the others one. Till then, keep watching and make sure to download the Purvanchal IAS app and keep your preparation ongoing just by being at home. Thank you.